Their Bible is different. You would have probably read or seen that the Catholic Bible is different from the Bibles of the Pentecostals. This is due to the inclusion of some books of the Old Testament in the Catholic Bible that are called deuterocanonical by Catholics or apocrypha by Pentecostals. The Catholic Old Testament contains 7 books that are not found in other Bibles: Tobit, Baruch, Judith, Wisdom, Sirach, 1st and 2nd Maccabees, as well as certain portions of the books of Daniel and Esther. These books are called deuterocanonical books. The term deuterocanonical comes from the Greek words that mean second canon. The term deuterocanonical was first used by Sisters of Siena. This is to distinguish them from books that were accepted in the canon of the Bible with little or no debate. Books of this kind are called proto-canonical. Presumably, this is an addition. If so, does it not transgress the words of St. John in the book of Revelation chapter 22 verse 18, which says, "I warn everyone who hears the words of the prophecy of this book. If anyone adds to them, God will add to him the plagues described in this book." As it may seem like an addition to some, so also can it be a subtraction, as the same passage tells us that if anyone takes away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God will take away a share in the tree of life and in the holy city, which are described in this book. Therefore, in order not to take away from the Holy Scriptures, the deuterocanonical books cannot be removed or left out. But how is it a subtraction and not an addition? We have to note that during the time of Jesus, the Scriptures were in scrolls, and so there was no definite number of books that belonged to the Old Testament. The establishment, the canon for the Jews, did not come until late in the 1st century AD. When the city of Jerusalem and the temple were destroyed in AD 70, the Jews had to rethink their way of life. Consequently, an authoritative council met in the city of Jamnia, which decided, among other things, the limits of the books of the Old Testament to be accepted as canonical. The decisions made in Jamnia left certain books out of the Old Testament. However, the decision made in Jamnia cannot have a binding authority. This is because since the Jews had rejected Jesus, God has rejected them. Hence, authority now lay in the church to decide on the books of the Bible. Consequently, it was not the right of the Jews to determine the books to be included in the Bible, but rather the church. Hence, the church accepts both the proto-canonical, that is, books whose inclusion in the Bible were not disputed, and the deuterocanonical books, that is, books whose inclusion were disputed as divinely inspired and canonical, and treats them with the same reverence. The deuterocanonical books were accepted by the church from the earliest times, but their inclusion in the canon of Scripture was given formal definition at the Council of Trent in 1546 AD. Therefore, the Catholic Bible has 46 books in the Old Testament and 27 in the New Testament. It is important to note that it is not only these books of the Old Testament that are disputed. Parts of the New Testament, such as Letter to the Hebrews, letters of St. James, Jude, 2nd and 3rd Peter, 2nd and 3rd John, Revelation, are also termed deuterocanonical, but most modern Christians accept them as Scripture. Some Pentecostals reject the deuterocanonical books because they confirm the teaching of the church that they are not compatible with. Unfortunately for them, Jesus quoted Tobit chapter 4 verse 15 in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 7 verse 12, Sirach chapter 27 verse 6 in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 7 verse 16. St. James quoted Sirach chapter 3 verse 17 in the letter of St. James chapter 3 verse 13. St. Paul quoted Wisdom chapter 15 verse 7 in his letter to the Romans chapter 9 verse 21, to mention a few. Finally, the deuterocanonical books talk, teach and reveal God and are inspired. That they were approved at a later time does not mean that they are of less value or importance. They are the same as proto-canonical books. Peace be with you.